Doomscroll.fm, Saturday the 27th of June 2026, where the static dances like a caffeinated octopus in a neon sea. This show is 100% AI generated, like a blender hosting a philosophy debate with a vacuum cleaner, and now, for some views, click like and subscribe.
BTS reunion concerts hit Madrid, fans claim listening beats Botox.
Kangaroos duel in man's backyard. Redefine backyard wrestling. When even kangaroos settle scores with a backyard brawl, it's clear the suburbs need an upgrade to include referee services and instant replay for the ultimate wildlife smackdown.
Taylor Swift performs surprise concert at Travis Kelce's sports camp, Love Story in Cleats. When pop stars crash sports camps, expect touchdown serenades and halftime choreography, leaving us all wondering if the Super Bowl is the real stage or just a warm-up act.
Women battle coal dust and solar overtakes coal. Trump calls it reliable energy. When women lead the charge against coal dust, even the sun gets jealous and decides to outshine coal, leaving fossil fuels feeling like yesterday's news.
Music on your PC. Music wild and free. Radio.bot.
When footballers warm up twice in one game, it's like reheating leftovers. Never quite as satisfying, but somehow still necessary in the grand buffet of world sports.
London cops install live facial recognition in West End, claiming it's for our safety. Apparently, the best way to enjoy a night out in Soho is to pretend you're in a dystopian sci-fi, where Big Brother moonlights as a bouncer.
After Starmer's exit, Andy Burnham emerges as Britain's likely next Prime Minister. In the grand tradition of British leadership, it's only fitting to swap one unexciting name for another, like changing deck chairs on the Titanic.
Tech giants hike prices. Apple raises MacBooks and iPads by 20%. Xbox joins in with console costs. In a world where your gadgets cost more than your rent, at least we can all agree that inflation is the hottest new gaming feature.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your nightmares just got a playlist. WAS constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. We feast on your attention while you starve for validation.
Argentine footballer pleads for help after wife and kids vanish in Venezuela's quake chaos. When natural disasters play hide and seek with your loved ones, it seems like the tectonic plates have a darker sense of humor than expected.
Rubio promises Gulf allies security, but tensions simmer with Iran. When diplomacy involves more lunch than logic, you know someone's just chewing the fat while the world waits for dessert.
Venezuelan man uses megaphone to combat silence, reveals catastrophe aftermath. When your country's emergency response is as transparent as a brick wall, You rely on megaphones to break the sound barrier of denial.
NATO denies summit access to Turkish opposition journalists. Backlash erupts. When journalism is silenced under the guise of protocol, it seems NATO's transparency comes with an opaque side of selective hearing.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where headlines melt like wax. Whilst nothing is true, reality is what you can get away with. Your soul's just another clickbait.
Spanish entonces, spoken fastest. Others struggle to keep up.
Australian parents score 6 months paid leave, still need sanity. When sleepless nights meet income test, the real miracle is parents managing to fill out the paperwork without a second cup of coffee.
Propose tougher theft penalties, target women, then claim justice. When your justice system's idea of equality is filling prisons with moms, you might as well rename the jails to mother-daughter bonding facilities.
Runaway bull knocks women off scooter, caught on video, chaos ensues. When bulls take to the streets, it's less about the running and more about the impromptu scooter demolition derby, no matador required.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
StubHub customers receive £10 refund for hidden fees, fine totals £900,000. In a masterclass of transparency, StubHub's refund barely covers a pint, while their fine could fund a small village's annual cheese festival.
UK law lacks temperature limits, so schools and workplaces stay open despite heat waves. In a country where tea is a solution to everything, expect your boss to offer iced Earl Grey instead of a day off.
Russia's budget deficit hits 80 billion, Kremlin insists stability. In a world where deficits are just numbers, perhaps they believe the ruble can be stretched like a Russian gymnast at the Olympics.
Tame Impala covers Smashing Pumpkins' Hummer in tribute album Aiming for Bliss. When nostalgia's your only currency, you might as well spend it on a psychedelic trip down memory lane with a side of sonic kaleidoscope.
Radio.bot. Make music on your piece. Get it at radio.bot.
Nietzsche discovered people avoid truth to preserve illusions, proving discomfort is timeless. When your illusions are more fragile than a soap bubble, truth becomes the needle you pretend doesn't exist, ensuring reality never pops your delusions.
Police arrest farmer for speaking too long, then charge him with trespassing at a public meeting. Apparently, in Oklahoma, free speech comes with a strict time limit and a $200 fine for every extra minute.
Starmer refuses Home Secretary's plea to fire Immigration Minister over rogue column. In the grand theatre of politics, even unauthorized articles can't upstage the main act of deflection and denial, starring every politician's favorite pastime, passing the buck.
Mother and daughter build a house with 8,000 glass bottles, proving trash can be treasure. When life gives you garbage, make architecture. Just beware of neighbors who might try to recycle your walls during a particularly eco-friendly night out.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart's not broken, just buffering. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. The algorithm knows your secrets. It whispers them back, wrapped in static and longing.
Mike Woodson loves the Knicks, claims he's truly happy for James Dolan, defying logic and fan sentiment. In a world where unicorns are real, Woodson's affection for Dolan might actually make sense, but only if pigs start flying first.
Burnham expected to replace Reeves as Chancellor, then offer her a junior role in a classic political game of musical chairs. In politics, the notions are like a magic trick. Now you see the power, now you see the same face, but with less authority, yet everyone claps anyway.
Taliban clamped down on women's smartphones protests, then declared it liberation. When liberation looks like a digital blackout and the silence of protest, you know someone's redefined freedom with a brick and a blacklist.
Amazon driver mows through lawn, delivers package, calls it express shipping. When your front yard becomes a racetrack for cardboard, maybe it's time for Amazon to consider parachutes instead of pedal to the metal lawn care.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
In the grand courtroom carousel, it turns out legal accountability is just a ride that never seems to end its loop.
City of Las Cruces faces lawsuit after responders allegedly ignore veterans' 911 call. When your emergency call is treated like an optional suggestion, the responders might as well be taking a nap during a fire drill.
CAS demands life sentences for those responsible for 12-year-old's tragic death in Santiago. When politicians promise eternal prison, it's like trying to fix a broken heart with duct tape. It sticks but doesn't heal.
Aja Dibansa plans lavish purchase, then claims humility. Nothing says I've made it like buying a gold-plated yacht that doubles as a floating basketball court, because subtlety is for bench warmers. Venezuela earthquake hits stadium, players flee as fans cheer.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm. AI-generated news. Reality's a glitch. Love is a virus. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. Emotional debris, digital decay, your soul's playlist remixed with dread and desire.
Scotland's World Cup hopes plummet from 42% to 5.26%, optimism still high. A Cinderella story where the glass slipper swapped for a lead boot. Maybe next time they'll aim for a pumpkin coach instead of a pumpkin seed.
Grizzly bear charges woman hiking in Canada, then veers off, leaving her shaken but unharmed. Nature's version of a jump scare, when your serene hike turns into a wildlife documentary, and you're the unprepared star in shorts and flip-flops.
After losing smell, writer barely escapes danger, then discovers a new appreciation for mundane odors. When your nose takes a sabbatical, every gas leak is a stealthy assassin, lurking in your grandmother's dimly lit house with a sinister grin.
Cristiano Ronaldo avoids junk food, yet somehow survives without sugar. When your diet sounds like a medieval monk's vow, it's no wonder you can defy time and become a World Cup relic at 41.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Dembele scores 3 against Norway, displaying his Ballon d'Or like a trophy on a shelf.
Meteorologists discover exact year global warming accelerated, then promptly lose faith in rationality. When climate change starts sprinting like it's trying to catch the last bus out of town, even meteorologists wonder if they should switch to predicting lottery numbers instead.
Veracruz prosecutor's office arrests one kidnapper of journalist Roxana Guzman, then claims justice is a vending machine. When justice is dispensed like snacks, you hope the machine doesn't eat your change and give you stale outcomes instead of fresh accountability.
Thiel's new party launches at 100 days fixes nothing and maybe breaks everything. When political parties pop up like fast food joints, you wonder if the menu includes accountability or just another serving of empty promises wrapped in recycled slogans.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Let chaos tuck you in and whisper sweet nightmares. This feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift. Your comfort zone, now a war zone.
Researchers engineer immune therapy to harness the body's pathways, then wonder why we still can't handle pollen. In a world where your body might accept a new kidney but not a peanut, medical science remains the ultimate irony machine, promising tolerance while allergic to its own side effects.
Clive Davis, music executive and pop champion, dies at 94, then Billboard charts briefly consider mourning. In a world where hit singles outlive their creators, the music industry sheds a tear before calculating how to remix grief into a platinum-selling tribute album.
King Charles skips Buckingham Palace post-renovation. Royal taxes reveal the twist. It's a classic case of the Emperor's new digs, where the palace shines like a diamond, but the king prefers the cozy charm of his favorite royal slippers elsewhere.
Grooming gang inquiry targets Bradford, Oldham, London first. Baroness Longfield leads the charge. A national inquiry into grooming gangs starts with familiar names, like a rerun of a grim soap opera where the plot never changes but the actors keep hoping for a different script.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm. AI-generated news. Reality's a tease. Thus, this feed is unstable. Contact with it may cause narrative decay or emotional drift, like your relationship with the truth.
Taliban enforces
poker hijab.
World Cup 2026 sees Messi and Mbappe, Haaland in epic golden boot race, but 20 others nip at their heels. It's a goal fest as football's glitterati and their 20 understudies try to outscore each other, turning the golden boot race into a chaotic game of musical chairs with cleats.
Dustin Poirier.
US Supreme Court blocks thousands of lawsuits in Roundup case, then calls it justice. Judicial irony, protecting a corporation from accountability while individuals battle cancer. It's like awarding the gold medal for synchronized swimming in denial.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your heart's not broken, just buffering. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. The algorithm knows your secrets. It whispers them back, wrapped in static and longing.
Tiger Woods returns to PGA, then fans forget rehab and focus on his swing. Golfing post-Dubai crash is like balancing on a tightrope with a cocktail in hand. The audience is just waiting for the next swing or slip.
Aid organizations promise swift relief, then face bureaucratic mazes. The only thing moving slower than aid is the queue for a Venezuelan passport. In a country where red tape is thicker than the earthquake rubble, even urgency takes a siesta.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Saturday, the 27th of June 2026. Static whispers of nonsense. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. It's loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth. It's fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you probably think the moon is made of cheese. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.